Hi, Steve Gerzeny again with Coach House, and today we have something special we'd like to show you. It's our Platinum 3, built on the Transit cab chassis, 178-inch wheelbase, all-wheel drive, with a 3.5-liter EcoBoost paired to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This is a wonderful RV package. Very smooth on the road, good gas mileages. It runs off gasoline and not diesel. And what Coach House has done, which I find really amazing, look at the side of this vehicle. I'll get out of the way a little bit. We continue the body lines of our one-piece body all the way through this coach. So we have a one-piece fiberglass body that we've engineered, but we've kept the style lines of the cab all the way through the body. To me, it's one of the most beautiful transit motorhomes on the market. And I want to get into some detail on what we do here. But what we find is people really like the automotive look. Most RVs are built in a square box. Coach House, because of our one-piece design, we're able to add style to the vehicle, which is really a wonderful feature. A lot of our customers like the automotive look. But to start with, the Transit is really a nice vehicle because it's lower profile. And you can get in and out. I point this out quite a bit in my videos on easy ingress, egress of the vehicle. So it makes getting in and out of the vehicle so much easier. If you notice our paint jobs on the outside, this is a basic two-tone. This is our Indigo paint job. And it really is a nice blend of two different colors. We have multiple colors that are available, but this is a nice color. Hybrid RV conversion, I'll get into that a little bit later. It's something that we've coined the phrase and introduced here recently. But again, the style of the Platinum 3 is beautiful. Hard, solid side entry doors, screens. So if you have beautiful weather outside, you can close the screen, keep the bugs out, but really a nice feature. This is a door by PTL, and it's really a solid RV entry door. So many entry doors in the RV industry are very flimsy, wobbly, air leaks. This is a very solid design, very solid door. You'll notice our steps going into the vehicle, they're power. Beautiful feature because you can get in and out of the vehicle easy. We have lighted grab bars on the exterior and interior of the coach. So walking in and out makes it very easy and very comfortable getting in and out of the coach. Continuing down the side here, we have Truma hot water heaters. So we've gone to some Truma things. Truma hot water heater is one. Outside 110 volt receptacle, cable TV connection. If you're sitting outside at a picnic table, you can hook your TV up here and watch TV outside. Storage. One of the nice things about our vehicles is all of our storage compartments are fiberglass. We do not make anything out of aluminum or ABS plastic or anything of that nature. Coach House is known for their fiberglass. Being in Southwest Florida, we are graced by the presence of a lot of boat manufacturers and a lot of boat manufacturer knowledge. We came up with this concept because we wanted to build the very best RVs in the industry. The one-piece fiberglass bodies that we manufacture are patented. So they protect us as a manufacturer and they protect you as a consumer. Why a one-piece body? We find the majority of RVs have a tendency to leak water. So we've eliminated that. We find a lot of RVs have very low insulation value. We've accomplished that. We find a lot of RVs that come apart during their time on the road. We've accomplished taking care of that. The one-piece fiberglass body will last as long as these 6 wheels want to drive down the road. And it's something we're very proud of. They're very expensive to create. Once we create them, if Ford, in this instance, changes the body style of the Transit, our molds don't fit anymore. So we take hopefully the long-term approach that they're not going to change the body styles and that our bodies fit. All of these bodies are independent to the chassis. So we build on the Ford E450, 2 different wheelbases. We build on the Transit 178-inch wheelbase. We build on the Mercedes-Benz cab chassis and the Mercedes-Benz van. So we are an expert upfitter with Mercedes, and we are also a quality vehicle manufacturer with Ford Motor Company. I've been in this 40 years, and I love our products. I think what we build, we're trying to build the very, very best. So let's continue down the side, and I'll show you some more features. Jalousie windows are always something that we point out. We love our jalousie windows. You can leave your windows open in inclement weather. I say that often, so if you have a pet inside, they're going to get ventilation, whether it's raining or whether it's not raining, depending on the climate. A lot of RV manufacturers put their storage, and they'll run their storage up into the side of the coach. And what happens is, I have a set of keys I carry that I can get into probably 70–80% of RVs. So forget locking your coach, because I can get into the side compartment and get into the vehicle. So from a safety standpoint, the jalousie windows are nice because it's not a T-slider window where you could climb in through a window. Good for weather again, but also the way we manufacture our products, there's really no way to break into it unless you want to bust in through a window, which unfortunately we can't stop. So they're very, very safe vehicles, and we like that feature as well. With the Transit, again, this is an all-wheel drive chassis. They come with polished wheels from the factory. So no need to change out the wheels into Alcoas or anything of that nature. You have factory rims, 16-inch tires. It's a really nice, convenient feature on the Transit chassis. Potable water fill here, furnace exhaust here, another wonderful lighted storage compartment here. Again, fiberglass. The nice feature here is we don't put a light bulb in, we use track lighting. So no matter where I put my hand, if it's at nighttime, you're loading your supplies in here, you're always going to have light so that you can see what you're loading. So it is a really nice feature, the way in which we put our lighting in there as well. Now, all of our vehicles are going to have either a 13-foot or a 16-foot powered legless awning. We use Girard by brand name, and Girard has a wind sensor built in so that if the wind picks up, the awning will automatically retract itself into the box. But it also has a nice leading edge light, which is nice. So it adds light out where you're camping. If you want to sit out at nighttime or whatever in the nice cool weather, you've got a nice illuminated light. You can turn it on or turn it off, which makes it very convenient for people. But 13 or 16 foot, it depends on the model. We put 13 foots on our smaller coaches, 16 foots on our bigger coaches. So really a nice awning, nice setup, all controlled inside. And what's nice here is there's also a safety feature built in. Let's say you leave your awning out and you start your engine. It will automatically retract your awning. So you don't have to worry about driving down the road. We've seen that where people have hit bridges and all kinds of stuff with awnings. But this is a nice feature because it will retract itself when you turn the ignition on. Okay, we're going to move around to the back of the Platinum 3. And I also want to point out all of the detail that we put into the body. This is all molded into our fiberglass bodies. And what's nice is Coach House does not even own a chopper gun. We hand lay every single fiberglass part that's in our vehicle. The only guns we have here, they call them wet out guns, where it takes catalyst and resin and sprays it together onto the fiberglass mat. So we have very, very little issues with our fiberglass. And a beautiful feature with these is how light we build them. Our goal at Coach House is to build our vehicles as strong as possible, but also as light as possible so you have good carrying capacity when we're done. So the detail, again, we've even run detail into the back of the coach, the detail for your license plate. Everything is built wonderfully when it comes to the fiberglass. I wanted to point out the hitches that we put on. The hitch will hold whatever this chassis is capable of towing. And these are custom-made hitches for us. We've been through all of the testing with them. And in a Transit like this, I'm going to say a rule of thumb, you're going to have somewhere around 5,000 pounds to tow. That's going to be probably maxed out. Tow most small cars without any problems whatsoever. So the vehicle has plenty of power to do what you want. These are lighter duty chassis. This coach has an 11,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And when we're done, they're going to weigh about 8,600, 8,700 pounds. So depending on what you put into the vehicle will minimize what you can tow and your carrying capacities. A lot of people use these as daily campers. They use them to go on rural roads. They use them as a second car. That's what's nice about the size of the smaller motorhomes, is they're so versatile. I've camped my whole life, and when I get into a big motorhome, it's cumbersome. You know, you're planning for months to go on a trip somewhere. These, keep your clothes in them. All you got to do is fill your refrigerator and go. Very, very simple operation, and I think that's why so many people love them. They fit into state parks. So if you pull into a state park, big motorhomes aren't usually allowed in state parks. So these give you the beauty of visiting this wonderful country that we live in a smaller motorhome platform. Let's say you get tired of staying in it, stay at a motel. It gives you the versatility of doing just about anything you want. I've had people buy these just for their dogs and their pets. Never going to stay in them, but when they go camping or whatever, or they'll go camping or they'll stay in a motel, and this is where their pets will stay. So a lot of reasons people buy them, but overall is the quality of Coach House, and that's really what we preach. The back end is beautiful. We got a rear backup camera, high intensity tail lights, brake lights, LED brake lights as well. Really a beautiful coach when it's done. Now what I'd like to do is walk around the driver's side, and we'll show you the driver's side. Okay, we've moved around to the driver's side of the vehicle. What I want to point out are some really nice features. The driver's side of a motorhome is where you're going to do all your hookups. So this is where we put everything on the driver's side, make it simple. Outside shower, really nice and convenient if you have pets. Nice and convenient if you want to hose out or rinse out your sewer hose. Whatever you want to do, it's a convenient spot for a shower fixture. Behind our fiberglass door, we have all of our hookups here. Sewer hose carriers located here. Single bayonet fitting for both black water, gray water. Pull your black water first, gray water second, and it'll help rinse out your sewer hose. Black water tank flush. This is really, really nice. You can actually take your city water hose, connect it to your black water flush, and don't have any fear of contamination. We put what they call an anti-siphon valve in the vehicle so that the water can't come back down and contaminate your fresh water hose. So no need to carry multiple hoses. We have a little courtesy light here for nighttime. We have a low point drain here, and all this is help you winterize your vehicle. Cable TV connection. And if you are hooked up to your city water connection, you can turn this valve and it will fill up your interior freshwater tank, which is a nice feature. Simple. You don't have to worry about filling your potable water up with a regular hose. It'll come right through your city water fill, which is a great feature, we feel. Now, one of the things I like to point out, and I've had a lot of people ask this question, Coach House is a 4-season coach. What do we mean by that? This is a low point drain. Behind here, you're going to see pipes that are opened up. They're just sitting there. Once we get your potable water filled on the inside, there's a valve that we turn above the floor. So providing you keep your vehicle above 32 degrees inside, you don't have to worry about any of your pipes freezing. This is an all-weather, all-season coach. Don't be fooled by the backside of this fiberglass panel that you're going to see open and exposed lines. They have nothing to do with being an all-weather vehicle. We turn those lines basically off on the interior of the coach so that the water can run through the entire vehicle above the floor, keep your furnace on, keep your heat pump and your air conditioner on, and you have an all-weather 4-season coach. I want to say that because I've seen some things out in some of the Facebook posts and stuff that there are exposed lines to Coach House. Yes, they are. There's no reason to insulate them. They don't do anything. You hook your city water up, yeah, it's exposed until it goes inside. So we shut off the system inside, water pump, continuous motion inside. You don't have to worry about your tanks freezing, providing you keep your coach above 32 degrees. So I like to explain that so people understand. Again, fiberglass doors, all hand laid. Nice look on the exterior again. Coach House uses smart plugs. This is from the marine industry. These are positive electrical connections. Boom, done. A lot of manufacturers use the old twist style, which we used to use years ago, and they'll have a tendency to arc. And if they arc, they can ruin your electrical system. So these are a positive plug from the marine industry. Same styles used in a lot of boats nowadays. So smart plugs are really, really good product. Now we're going to continue forward here. More storage. A lot of storage in the Platinum 3, which is nice. Again, all fiberglass. In front of that, we have your generator. Now this is an Onan 4 kW generator. This is going to run off your main fuel tank. We also provide the ability to have apps on your phone. This has auto gen start in it. So the auto gen start is available on your smartphone that you can control from wherever you want to be. Really nice feature. Driver's area, again, ingress, egress, really easy to get in and out of the vehicle. Ford is completely loaded up as far as equipment. We don't shortcut anywhere on our equipment. So when the chassis are ordered, they're ordered with every possible option. Mirrors on the side are power heated, have the elliptical mirror. These are factory mirrors on the Platinum 3. Some of our other models we put aftermarket mirrors on, but you can still see down the side of the coach. We don't build any motorhomes over 8 feet wide. So driving down the road, in your middle lanes, in your high-speed lanes, in your slow lanes, you're not going to be wall to wall, I call it, where you're running through the lines at 102-inch wide. These are 8 feet wide coaches, and for that reason, I think a lot of people do like driving them. Very easy to drive. Anybody can drive it. You don't need to be intimidated by it. A lot of reasons why people do buy this size motorhome. So now we're going to go around the front, and I'll show you some features in the front. Okay, now we're at the front of the vehicle, and what I like to point out is the aerodynamics. Building on a lighter profile, or lighter gross vehicle weight rated chassis like the Transits, the Mercedes, I caution people to drive them before they buy them. We build everything aerodynamic, and we do it for a reason. The lighter duty chassis, if you're driving down the road, have a tendency to get pushed around by wind. This absolutely minimizes. It's probably the nicest driving vehicle we produce. Low profile, aerodynamic, and in a lighter gross vehicle weight rated chassis, that means a lot. You can see how everything is just so streamlined coming up and down on the Transit. It's a beautiful, beautiful chassis. Now inside the engine compartment is the 3.5 liter EcoBoost engine, and very, very easy to service. You've got all of your oil dipsticks, tranny fluid dipsticks, your windshield wiper fluid, brake fluid. Everything is really accessible. So it's a wonderful aspect of this vehicle to see that everything is accessible. So now what I'd like to do is take you inside the vehicle and show you the magnificent progress we've made so far in our coaches. As we walk in through the side entrance door, what you'll notice is we have a few convenient switches located here. And again, Coach House does not use Firefly, and I'll get in that in a minute. We have a master battery disconnect, so we can shut off all of our batteries from one location. This is pretty consistent. This vehicle does not have what we call our tower of power, but everything is still located on the passenger side front of the vehicle. Up here, we use the Renogy brand controller for our lithium ion batteries. We have a 3,000 watt pure sine wave Xantrex inverter. We're using the C-level holding tank reader, and we're using the Bigfoot hydraulic leveling system on the Platinum 3s. So this whole area is a really nice convenience area to check your battery levels, your inverter, your holding tank capacities, and also set your automatic leveling system. Now below that, we've been able to put a nice television. It's a nice 32-inch TV. So if you're sitting at your dinette or your sofa, you have good visibility. Storage, a lot of nice storage inside the Platinum 3. And again, we want our storage inside the vehicle. We don't want you to put any of your valuables on the exterior of the vehicle. Somebody breaks into an exterior compartment with a traditional RV key, that's all they're going to get. So put your valuables inside. We've created a lot of space in here for storage. But nice features. Storage, more storage up here on all three of these compartments. We're still using our touch latches, so they positively lock the doors. Ford has the sync system, and again, you can see all your controls are on the steering column. What's nice about the Ford, you have power driver passenger seats, very, very comfortable. We don't put any great big steps to get in and out. We open up the cab area so that you can get in and out with ease. Ford provides a lot of storage for little cubby holes for maybe garage door openers, phones, whatever you'd like to put there. They have USB plugs. They have 12-volt plugs, trailer brake control in them if you're going to tow a trailer. So a lot of good features inside the Platinum chassis. Now we're going to continue around to the driver's side. And what I like to point out, Coach House went through a big expense a few years ago and hired a marine electronics expert to come in. And we did away with the Firefly or the multiplex wiring system and went back to an analog system. What we love about these analog systems is you can just touch the button and your lights go off. Touch a button and your accent lights, your water pump. Anything that's 12-volt operated is going to be controlled here. Nice feature. The benefit is if one switch fails, you don't lose your entire coach. Multiplex wiring, if you're looking through an LED panel, one part fails, your entire coach is down. I think in the history of putting these in, we might have had to replace a couple switches. It didn't put anybody down. This was designed by a marine engineer consultant, came in, and it came out of the marine industry again here in Florida. So we love the analog touch latch systems versus the multiplex wiring. More reliable, more convenient, less downtime, easier to fix, a ton of benefits behind this. We use Dometic air conditioners or 15,000 BTU ducted air conditioners in the ceiling. And the Dometic 15,000s also have heat pumps built into them. So again, the great air conditioner, easily serviced in the whole industry. Everybody knows what Dometic is, and that's why we use them. We do have an option right now for Truma, but as I stand today, Truma does not offer a heat pump. So we put them on as an option to people that want the Truma, because some people still prefer having another source of heat other than your 30,000 BTU furnace. They like another source of heat, and the Dometic does provide the heat pump. Now in the Platinum 3s, we offer two different layouts in the front. We offer the dinette, and these dinettes convert right into another single bed. So for another person that wants to sleep up here, you can certainly do that. The sofas will provide capacity for 2 more people to sleep up here. These tables drop and lay down in between the 2 seats here, but these seats are all steel reinforced, so they're safe to sit in when you're driving. We can put seat belts on them as well. So for an extra couple that you might want to take with you, they're not sitting on box cushions. They're sitting on steel reinforced seats. Storage, all of our storage is wonderful in the Coach House. These touch latches are great, keeps all of your items from falling out when the door's closed. We put metal supports up here as well that hold your door or your doors. These can all be tightened. We use Blum hinges that are all soft closing hinges, Blum drawer slides in all of our drawers. So you have the ability with the Blum hinges to infinitely adjust them. So if you're driving down the road and you see your doors are off a little bit here, you can adjust those so that they'll always be right. Day-night shades. These are MCD shades. And this is the day shade, and then there's also a night shade that comes down. MCD, very, very reliable. We use blackout so that everything is blacked out once you get inside your vehicle. Nobody can basically see in. Now, the color that this coach is walnut. This is a new color for us for 2026, and we find it really, really striking. Good earth tone colors. Coach House likes to stay with those. We also have some lighter versions of them as well. But we're offering 5 different colors this year on our interiors. And I think our interiors are beautiful. I walk in here and I'm still mesmerized after 40 years on how well and beautiful fit and finish everything is in a coach house. You know, the old adage is you do get what you pay for. These coaches are not assembly lined coaches. These coaches are built in a stall method of construction. So the same guys are doing the same tasks of putting the cabinetry in, the electrical in, so that when we build these vehicles in a 3-part process, these guys are pros at what they do. We love our employees. They're great people. And so I think the fit and finish, all of our cabinets are made out of a CNC machine. So they're exact, unless there's a program mess up. Everything is pretty much perfectly fit inside a coach house. I'm going to continue walking back here, and you can see here above the refrigerator, another nice storage container. You can use this for a pantry or pots and pans, whatever you choose. Below this, we offer 2 different refrigerators now. We have a Dometic absorption that runs on LP gas and 110 volt. And we also have these Nova Cools that are AC, DC driven. These have compressors in them just like your home. We've had a lot of people, because of how easy they are to use, you just flip a switch and they're on, our hybrid RV conversion, that like the compressor driven refrigerators, because they get cool within a minute. You can already start putting stuff in them. So really a nice refrigerator. And then the freezer is below. So they're backwards from the Dometic, or Dometic's backwards from this, however you want to look at it. We have these 2 beautiful shirt closets that are very universal. These shirt closets have not only a clothes rod in them, but we also put pegs in there so you can put shelves in them. So whether you want to use them for clothes or stack your clothes, separate your clothes, we have a pretty good versatility with these. Now moving on back, in the Transit, we're going to have one big drawer below the driver's side bunk. What we've done is we've incorporated our electrical system inside the vehicle. Now, I talked a little bit earlier about the hybrid RV conversion, and I want to explain that a little bit. You can see the Xantrex, it's a 3,000 watt inverter, 2 Epoch 300 amp hour each battery, so that's 600 amp hours. And so I want to explain that. So the hybrid RV conversion does this. It takes those 600 amp hours, runs it through the inverter, and the inverter provides a 110 volt source where needed. Air conditioner, refrigerator, if it's a compressor, your convection microwave, all of your outlets, your TV. So let's say you run your batteries dead. Start your generator. You're not stranded. And that's what we like. Coach House wants to provide a vehicle that is reliable. All electric is not the way to go today, as far as I'm concerned. It's just not. You've got to have ample ways in which to resupply those batteries. And unless you want to get into dual alternators and maybe 3 alternators, it's not worth it. This is a wonderful system because if you don't want to run your generator, you don't have to. Run your batteries until they're dead and then start your generator up. You're never going to be stranded. And that is a big key with Coach House, is trying to build a reliable coach. You know, you can have fancy, and I often say, because I've been in this my whole life, if people build something, it doesn't mean it works. It's not like GM or Ford, or they have big engineering firms behind them. What we want to provide is something that is reliable. So in a nutshell, we feel this is a very reliable source, very great source for energy, provides enough power. If you want to dry camp, you can. And again, depending on your temperatures, if you're in 70-degree weather, 80-degree weather, that air conditioner will probably run a couple days. If you're in 140-degree temperatures down here, it's not going to run a couple days. So depending on the climate that you're in. Freshwater tank and the big furnace is under this passenger side bed. Coach House also uses a converter. And unlike an inverter, a converter will take, and when you're plugged in, will run 110 volt power where needed, and it will run 12 volt power where needed. So it takes the 110 volt, whether it be generator, whether it be battery, or whether it be shore power, and converts that power to 12 volt. So it runs all of your lights and your water pump and things of that nature. So, you know, we've got the best of both worlds in the coach, and I think that that is a very positive thing that Coach House offers. Now let's continue on back. We do put little shelves up here, which are nice. People have CPAP machines, cell phone holders, whatever they want, a nice little shelf for them to put their belongings on. This vehicle has a nice slide door for privacy. We love our private bathrooms. So it's kind of that is a big feature in our coaches, is that you do have privacy. Now what we can do is switch around now. Now we've switched spots again, and we're going to work our way towards the passenger side of the vehicle forward. Coach House has ducted air conditioning system. Here's the air conditioner, and there's ductworks throughout the whole coach for ventilation. It really excellent benefit. If you don't want cold air blowing on, you can shut off the vents. We also provide two, whether they be Fantastic fans or Max Air vent fans, on our coaches with covers. So again, if you're in inclement weather, you have pets in here, you can leave your fans on, open. You don't have to worry about the weather getting into the coach. Nice, really a great benefit, I think, for people that have animals and pets. So starting back up, here's this remote panel. So what we've done is just add a couple switches here so that if you're going to bed, you don't have to get up and use the front main panel. We've got between 2 and 3 auxiliary panels in our coaches that control specific lights to the area. Convection oven microwave. This will cook, it will microwave, it will grill, it will do anything that a normal oven will do. Great feature, great benefit, because we have the best of all worlds. 2-burner propane stove. Again, this is a Dometic, so serviceability nationwide, in just about any RV service center is going to understand what these are. Stainless steel sink. So we use stainless steel versus, you know, any type of a heavy Corian or something like that, or a heavy plastic. Very solid. All of our countertops are Corian. So what's nice about the Corian is it has some flexibility built into it. So driving down the road, these countertops can jiggle and wiggle and shake around, and we don't have to worry about them cracking. You'll have some storage as well in the Galley. You have 3 drawers. This little drawer here. Again, soft close, drawer, drawer. Again, all soft close, all positive catch latches, so we can lock up your stuff to keep it from leaving you. Another great feature in the coaches is these pantries. People love our pantries. Pantries are really, really nice. It's not made out of a wire mesh. It's not made out of plastic. These are real wood holders for anything you'd want to put inside your pantry. So you don't have to worry about anything ever falling behind the pantry. Little storage up here as well. So we've tried to maximize storage in the coach based on our limited space. And again, with Coach House, I think what's so nice about Coach House is we're still a family-run business. We've been doing this for 40 years. We have great warranties on our product. The coach is warranted in all of North America. The only thing we ever request, if you can, is to call us, because a lot of times some of the little problems that will happen, we can just diagnose them right over the phone and we're done. Or we can help guide you into a local service center. This coach can be serviced by any reputable RV service center in the country, and I think that's important. 3-year 36,000 miles on our conversion. The chassis has a 3-year 36,000 mile on the chassis with a powertrain warranty. The appliances carry their own warranty. So what's nice about Coach House is we do put all name brand RV appliances in the vehicle. So if you're anywhere in North America, these things can be serviced. But I invite you to take a look at what we do. Our build quality is really second to none. Even the cabinets that we build in house with Coach House, they're all CARB 2 rated, meaning the California Air Resource Board for formaldehyde content, virtually non-existent in the vehicle, which is really unique. It costs a fortune, but it's good material. Coach House's safety nuts, we have vertical bulkheads. These things run from the sidewall, outside, top to bottom. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertical bulkheads in this vehicle. So if you're ever involved in a collision or rollover or whatever, this, not only you have that fiberglass body, all reinforced with carbon fiber, but you have a lot of structure inside the coach for protection. Coach House isn't just a mass producer of RVs. We build a limited number of coaches, probably why our price is so high. But we build what we feel to be the very best in the industry. And if that's what you're looking for, you don't need to look any further. Come see us at the factory. We will show you step by step how these vehicles are built. Let you judge for yourself. No corners are ever cut at Coach House, ever. It's been that way since we started the company in 1985. And we're not going to start now by changing stuff. I've heard people talk about, will they change components, or we change electrical systems, or we change an appliance. Well, a lot of that is forced on us by the manufacturers that change, or if we find something better. We never ever stop. The dollars are not the issue with Coach House. It's finding the best products that we can put into our vehicles, and the world evolves. So I invite you to take a close look at Coach House before you make your next decision. We're a factory direct company. We offer nationwide warranty service. We have people that are accessible all the time at Coach House for any assistance you might have. We take trade-ins, no matter what they are, as long as they don't eat, because we can't afford to feed them. So as long as they don't eat. Financing's available. And so we offer the full package. When you come and take a delivery of a Coach House, it can be a 2-day process. Depending on however much time you need, this is all we build. So when we have a service technician giving you your walkthrough, they're very, very, very detailed on what you're going to get. A lot of people bring their cameras and film it. But we often say, don't take off. Stay here overnight, at least one night, so that if you have any questions the following day, we can certainly address them for you. Again, my name's Steve Gerzeny. I appreciate your time, and please consider us for your next RV purchase.